Okay, I am back. So, a lot of stuff has happened since I saw you last. I redid the pattern. I actually went back to the original pattern and created a new head shape, which I think is going to work. We'll see. I cut out. I figured that I don't know if you saw the last one, but in the last one, actually, let me show you. I'm gonna pull this out of the trash. In the last one, number one, I cut away this part because I was going to put the eye mech in. It was too big. It messed up the structure. I didn't like the back of this. I used L200 on the upper lip because I thought I needed a little bit more stability. Well, I think I need more stability throughout the entire head. So I redid the pattern, made it at L200. So now the only part that's going to be foam or squishy foam, reticulated foam, is going to be these cheeks. So the lower jaw is going to be L200. The skull is going to be L200. And the mouth, I got a couple of shipments. This is the cutting mat that was recommended online by Dave Baker, I believe, was the one that said. And it's good. It's interesting, and it doesn't shut all the way without some work, which I could do, but I do kind of like that. However, not for this puppet. I think this is something I might use on something else. I like how pliable it is, and I think that it's going to be a pretty good something for something else. But I also got some of that corrugated plastic that I was going to use, and I think it's going to be just about perfect. I actually went so far as to put the ultra suede, the last bit of ultra suede I have, onto this, and I made two of them. Yeah, this is the one. You can see how it's going to roll, and it's also going to lie flat if I want it to. And I also can make it do this, which I like. But I'm going to have to put a couple of finger loops on it before I put it together. These are all the cheeks, which are reticulated foam. There's one more around here someplace. I've got 3 of the 4. Where's the 4th? Come on. Did I throw it away? See, this is why I shouldn't clean. Let's see. I did make 4 of them. Where's the 4th one? This is what this video is going to be about, by the way. Me looking for stuff that I thought I threw away. I may have to make another one. Just a second. Let me see if I can find it before I do anything else. Oh, it's right here. Okay, so I've got 4 of these guys, which are the cheeks. I've got 2 of these guys, which are going to be the mouth plates. And I've got 2 chins, which I heat formed already. They're made out of L200. And then I've got 2 halves of 2 heads for this. I'm making 2 of them because I'm going to also make Ralphie at some point, so I'll need 2 heads. So I might as well do both of them right now. I'm probably not going to finish out Ralphie. However, I might as well do it. And I need to figure out what to do about these, the mouth, the finger loops. I guess I'm going to have to do. So in this, this is my thing full of leather, my box full of leather. And leather scraps. And at Michael's, it's hard to find, but Michael's, they have a big bag of off-cut leather that you can buy. I bought this a couple years ago. At that point, I think it was about under $10 for this big bag of leather, which I've never used all of it, but you get all these kind of crazy pieces. And it's really good for puppet making, different types of it. Like this is perfect for making arm finger loops. It's soft and pliable and it'll work. I'm going to use this stuff probably. I think it's probably the best stuff I have. This would work too. But I'm gonna do that before I go any farther. Because once I get this thing together, I'll have forgotten how to do it. I forgot to do it. All right. Oh. Again, it would not be one of my videos unless I had a problem with this camera. Hello, hello. Hey, Dave. I just mentioned you. Okay. All right. Now it'll work. Okay, so this is the leather stuff, which I'm going to use for the beginnings of this mouth plate, I think. I should probably do the lower ones first, since I kind of know what I'm going to do with that. But okay. So let's figure this out. I'm actually going to see if my strong and tough sewing machine will go through leather. It's supposed to. So you may actually be here to witness me destroy my pride and joy sewing machine here. Yeah. All right. I'm going to see. Okay. So I'm going to figure out how to do this. These finger loops, and I want to go in a little bit far closer to that. So that's about as much real estate as I want. I think I'm going to put a piece of leather on this side of it that kind of goes inset here. So that's going to be that piece. And then I'm going to, if you're going to look at it from the front, I'm going to basically make a finger loop here and a finger loop here, then the other two fingers will fit in there. So it'd be outside of it. And the reason is because I still have hopes that I'm going to get that mechanism working, and I need those two fingers free in order to pull those pulls. So I'm going to be making. See, this is why it's good to be able to draw here. So that's kind of what I'm going to be making. It's a 3/4. The fingers are going like so. Okay, so first things first, I want to make that piece. And if I had been really smart, I would have done all this before I put the suede on the other side, because then I could kind of loop it in and out. But I think this is better in the long run. Okay, so that's that. And then I want to put a loop there and a loop there. Okay, so see, when I get my book done, that's the type of drawing you're going to be. Oh, because I'll do it that way. Okay. So I'm going to put the loops like that. As we learned at the beginning, what is this on the other side? Oh, I don't want to get rid of my great drawing. Again. I think we're going to have to buy some more of this, these file folders. Okay, so I'm trying to make sure that I have enough. Again, this doesn't stretch, so I'm using the paper as kind of an analog. I was going to say an analog, but a cheaper version of the fabric that I was going to use, which is the leather. Okay, so I'll make a little paper one first to make sure it's going to work. Well, I got to say, I bent this, and it's almost the exact same size I made it before. So I do a lot of prototyping. I also sometimes go a little early on when I make the finals before I'm 100% sure that it's going to work. So we'll see if that's the case of this particular build. I'm just kind of tacking it in place. Because in a perfect world, this will all match up. Okay. I have a guest here in my apartment. See if she'll make an appearance. Just a second. So I know we're all real familiar with Tilly. Hey, Lily, come here. Come here, Lily. Lily. But this is Lily, Tilly's sister, which I'm taking care of for the week. So those of you who buy my Sit Tilly Sit books, Lily's in there too. I put her in there every once in a while. But she's also an Italian Greyhound. She's a couple months younger than Tilly. But she lives with my ex. Huh, Tills. Or Lils. Hey, Lily. Anyway, I put her back. 。 . 。  . 。 . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . 。 . . . 。 . . . 。 . . . 。 . . 。 . 。 . All right. Okay, so I think that's gonna be my basic mouth plate piece, which will fit, be glued right on here, like so. So like so, and there'll be one like that on the bottom too, I think. But I'll take it apart and make one out of leather and see how it works. If I can get it apart. Now, as I said, this sewing machine is supposedly rated for leather. And I'm a little nervous because I've never done anything that thick. But I think I have a heavy duty needle. Maybe I should switch to that. Okay, so okay. So I think this is going to be my pattern. There's that and that. Let's see. I want to see if there's anything resembling a straight edge on this thing. Okay, here we go. And I'll probably put foam on top of this as well. Well, maybe not. I was going to put foam, but I'm not sure that I can if I want to keep alive the dream of having a mech on these eyelids. The dream may have to die at some point. I should probably true this thing. Well, I don't want to true it up because my hand's not symmetrical. This may end up just being a prototype, but I don't probably need these. These lines here. I'm going to put them on anyway. See, I make the mistakes so you don't have to. I wonder if I should glue them too. Wait, maybe I should put the top on the top and the bottom on the bottom. Okay, for this first one, I'm going to just and I'm just going to sew it, but on the if this is, it turns out not to work, I may end up gluing it as well. I just don't want to gum up my sewing machine if I can help it. All right, so that's my little finger loops. Okay. See what I got as far as needles go. Well, none in there. I have no idea if this is a heavy needle or a regular one. So, well, let me see what else I have. Well, once upon a time, I had needles. Well, I'll put a new one in. We'll see what it actually is. It's like a little piece of spearmint gum. The worst injury I ever got sewing was when I stepped on one of these needles. It went about 1/8 of an inch into my foot. So I want to make sure I don't drop it. Okay, there's a flat end and there's a not flat end. Flat goes in the back. Oh, and this, what does it say on here? It says probably just says made in China. I don't know what. Flat end goes in the back. Yeah, I should have done this off camera. Flat end goes in the back. Where's the flat end? There we go. It's amazing how easy it is to turn this thing around when you're trying to get it in that. There it goes. Okay. I'm going to resist putting that in the to throw away because if it doesn't work, I may need to go back to it. And now that Michael's doesn't exist, or not Michael's, now that Joanne's doesn't exist, it'll be hard to get the right one again. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's. I'm going to thread this with something that, well, that's probably okay for this. Okay, there goes nothing. You know what? I'm going to be smart this time. Usually I'm not so smart. In that I'm going to do a test on a scrap piece of leather before I do anything. Since I have no idea if this is going to go through that fabric. I remember when we were doing the Glee puppets, BJ had to, he was using a machine to make 16 mouth plates. And he was sewing all of them and on a machine. And he must have gone through like 50 needles trying to get those 16 done. All right, let's see if what I do. Well, first off, I'm waiting for somebody to come on and tell me that this is not the way to do it. Okay, let's see. Oh boy. Okay, I think I need a longer stitch. What am I doing here? Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not even gonna chance it. I'll hand sew everything and glue it. But hey, I put a new needle in, so at least I did that. I could just do it the way that I've seen it done, where they just staple it. I don't know, I wonder. Let's try it. My thinking is that if I staple it, or if I glue it and staple it, that'll be as strong as if I sewed it. Well, it made it through. You saw how much that kept it together. Okay, we're gonna glue it, and we're gonna see what that does, and then I'm gonna staple it as a secondary, and maybe I'll put a couple stitches in it too. Okay. If I go, yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to think this out. I'm trying to make as good a decision as possible. This is just sandpaper. I want to take the shine off of this tan side so that the glue will stick a little bit better. And this is 240, so let me get some better sandpaper. Okay, this is 120. And if this doesn't work, it doesn't work. You know, I'll figure something else out. I've often thought gluing splints, like finger splints, into a mouth plate might be a good idea, but we'll see. This side is already rough, so I'm not going to worry as much about it. Okay. So Ed Mirarecki, who is a prop guy, I talked to him one time on the phone, and he told me that in the prop making industry, they try to have adhesive solutions and mechanical solutions to every build. So if one fails, the other can take over, and I try to do that whenever I can. Oh, no worries. You know what? I'm gonna transfer these marks to the other side so that I don't put glue on the part where the hand goes. Okay. And I almost just put it in the wrong spot. And I did get a new can of Barge, so when this one runs out, I have another. I'm going a little over the edge. Okay. And I'm going to let that glue just let it set up. Because the hair dryer makes a less strong bond. Okay. I should probably do two layers of it, but I don't know. We'll see. Well, I'm excited to put this whole thing together. I'll probably put one together and then make the second, but I'll get this one mouth plate working, assuming I get it to work, and then put it together and see if it works before I ruin all these supplies. I actually used up the last of my Ultra Suede on that mouth, so I have to order some more. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to put some more glue on this. I suppose I can clean this place up a little bit while I'm waiting for it to dry. So the original head that I made 12 years ago, whatever it was. Oh, this is the one that wouldn't have a mechanism. And it has a little, you can see in there, it just has a little pocket and a place to grab onto. The lower, I don't know if you can see that. The lower, that's where the thumb goes, right in there. I'm going to do something similar on this one too. The same thing where I just put a piece of leather down there. Anyway, because of the iMac, I don't want to. Again, I'm speaking about this iMac as if I'm going to do it, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I just want to make sure that I give myself every fighting chance to make it work. So we'll see. Okay. Oh, okay. That'll go down like that. Oh. Okay. And this may go down in history as the worst idea I ever had. But the glue should keep that in place too, though. Ow. Well, I didn't staple my finger. That's what you're wondering. Okay. I had my finger in the little mechanism. I didn't have it near where the staple comes out, but I had it in the line of where this thing shuts. I got one staple in. Okay. Boy, it does not want to go. The beauty of this is, if it works, then the puppeteer will only feel that little line, the good side of the staple, and the pointy ends, the ones that can stick him, won't. Will all be on the underside. Let's see. All right, so that's how it'll go in there. Now I'll now I did kind of work this back and forth to make it more of a soft curve. So this is going to go down just like that. And I should have marked the center. Let's see if I can still, nope. Okay, I think the center is right. Okay, there's the center. All right, I'm gonna put a bunch of glue on that. I'll probably do 2 layers of that again. I want as big of a footprint of gluing surface that I can to that mouth plate, which is why I made this. I didn't just glue the leather directly to the mouth plate. I may do that on the bottom, but only because it doesn't have as much stress on it as the top does. Okay.
We'll let that dry. Everybody keep good thoughts that this is going to work.
Okay, in the meantime, that's garbage. I want to make a piece for the thumb. And so I kind of want a trapezoid shape. So let me get a piece of paper here. I want it to go on like that. I almost used my sewing scissors to cut it. So for this side, I just want to have a piece on here that basically does that, so that my thumb can go, or a thumb can go in there, like so. Probably want to make it bigger than this because I want it to be a good size. Let me make it bigger. Because that's what ends up happening is I make it a little too small and then it just rips right off. I have all these scraps of paper. I think this is ready to go on. Okay, so this is a lot better. This is okay. So once I get that other piece on, and I don't need nearly as big a piece. Okay, and then the other thing I need to do is I need a little piece of L200 in there to act as a stop. So this is the part that I always mess up on. so watch as I do it again. So I want to be able to. Sorry, I'm not even showing you what I'm doing. So I'm making a little thumb hole here, and then this piece, which is be out of leather, will go on top of it. Kind of want that. I'm just gonna go over the trash can. I grab my rasp. I'm gonna smooth this out a little bit. Okay, so oops. You basically want to have a little channel here that the thumb will go into. Like so. So, okay. So we're going to glue this on. And it needs to be here. I almost drew right on the... Okay. Okay.
I never made the.
I never made the leather piece. Hi, Lily. I don't usually make mouth plates like this. This is all kind of me figuring it out. I usually make a big, almost like it looks like the Waldo grip that they do on the Muppets, like when you see them working the like the animatronic pieces. That's usually how I do it. But I thought this would work better for this particular puppet. So. Glue on this. If this doesn't work and I can't get the mouth plate to work, I can use it for Ralphie because Ralphie won't have an iMac.
I'd rather have it work. One of the perks of having two characters that look more or less identical. So let that dry. Okay, so now let's see. You can see how that fits my thumb, and then that piece of leather will go right above this, like this. Okay.
Let me go check on the dogs real quick. Tilly zonked. All right, so this. Remember what I said about messing this up? I should put my thumb in it while I do it. Okay. I can just cut off that little bit of extra. Okay. So here's our mouth plate. You can kind of see what I'm trying to get at here. All right, I think that's going to be pretty good. It's funny because I'm actually putting, I think it's just going to be a single trigger. I was originally trying to keep it open for 2-finger to be able to move stuff, but I think control wise, I'm going to be better off with just one that would do it. We'll see if it actually can get into a position that can actually work on iMac. All right, so now let me clean up a little bit around here, and then I'll put together at least one of the heads. I'm going to have to label these later, but at least I won't throw them away. All right. So I got two. These are the size. These are the shapes I ended up with. There's the lower, and then these are the two mouthpieces. So that goes on like that. Okay, let me. Oh, that's right. No, it goes on like that. That's right. Okay. Phew. I almost did the exact same thing I did yesterday. All right. So let me clean up a little bit. Or not clean up, but I want to get a piece of paper to catch any of this glue. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop off of here for a few minutes. I'm going to go glue this all out, put the glue on it all outside, probably 2 layers of it. Then I'll bring it back in. I'll be right back. So I